Hello guys, welcome to the JavaScript tutorial. Today we'll discuss about call, apply, bind method. First we'll discuss about the call, then apply, then bind. And I'll discuss about the difference between them with the example. So now we'll discuss about the call method. The call method invoke a function with this context or this value and a list of arguments. ठीक है, वो ऑप्शनल है. तो जैसे हम लोग कोई फंक्शन को कॉल करते हैं, राइट, the same we can invoke a function using the call method. I'll give one example. Okay, function print name. Here I'm just giving console.log. Then my name is Abhi. Okay, now if I'll do a call print name dot call. Okay, see, it's just printing my name is Abhi. So whenever you do a function call underneath the hood, all the function is call when invoking a function. जब हम लोग ऐसे फंक्शन कॉल करते हैं, राइट, जैसे प्रिंट नेम ऐसे कर दिया, राइट, देन आल्सो इट विल गिव अस दिस रिजल्ट द सेम. सो इसके पीछे क्या हो रहा है? अल्टीमेटली वी आर जस्ट कॉलिंग द फंक्शन, दैट्स ऑल. बट इसमें डिफरेंस और उसमें डिफरेंस क्या है? लाइक दिस इज द कॉल मेथड, राइट, एंड प्रीवियसली वी जस्ट कॉल ए फंक्शन. डिफरेंस यही है, व्हेन यू invoke a function using the call method, that time we are setting the this context inside the function. Okay, but if we'll try to access this right now, we'll see what happened. Okay, if I pass this and I just consoling this also here, then we'll see what is happening mainly. See, simply it is giving actually a global object or the window object. We can see it here. See, this is referring to the window object. Okay, fine. But if we'll pass an object here, I'll just create an object. Okay, let object game name Olympic. Okay, yeah. So now I'm passing this object in a call method. Okay, so that means now this will refer to this object. Simply जब हम लोग ऐसे ऑब्जेक्ट को पार्स कर देंगे, वो क्या करता है? बेसिकली इट सेट दिस टू द ऑब्जेक्ट. जैसे मान लो, if I'll print this in the print name function, then what will happen? See, we can see it's giving me the object with the game name. Then we'll try to access dot game name, see what will happen. See, it's giving me the Olympic. So correct, because this is referring to this object. तो हम लोग जब ऐसे कॉल करते हैं तो ऑटोमेटिकली ये दिस को भाई सेट कर लेते हैं. भाई जो भी हम भेजेंगे ऑब्जेक्ट, वो दिस क्या होगा उसको रेफर करेगा. और हम कुछ नहीं भेजेंगे, देन दिस विल रेफर टू द विंडो ऑब्जेक्ट और द ग्लोबल ऑब्जेक्ट सिंपली. ठीक है, अब क्या कर सकते हैं? एक कॉल के साथ वी कैन सेंड द लिस्ट ऑफ आर्गुमेंट. हम लोग लिस्ट ऑफ आर्गुमेंट सेंड कर सकते हैं. जैसे मान लो मैंने यहीं पे सेंड किया, चलो काइंड ऑफ एज, लाइक एज. ठीक है, तो इसमें क्या करेंगे? एज ऐसे डाल देंगे लाइक 50. देन व्हाट इट्स सो, सी Olympic 50. Okay, that means we can pass the argument one by one or like individually. Okay, when you discuss about the apply method, then what happens? The concept is same. So like whatever the concept of call, is exactly the same, only difference when you pass the arguments in apply, we have to pass like an array. ठीक है, जैसे मान लो मैं इसे अप्लाई करके पास कर दिया, देखते हैं अब क्या होता है। देखो क्या कर रहा है, करेक्ट। नाउ इफ आई डू पास लाइक दिस, सी what happened, see it's giving Olympic 50 because like whatever will pass the argument to the function, it should be in the array. It will be like list of arguments inside an array. अब हम लोग क्या करेंगे, हम लोग थोड़ा सा देखेंगे जो हम लोग को कॉल और अप्लाई क्यों यूज करना है, लाइक व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ call method, right? So first of all, if I have object like badminton player, okay, in here I'm just giving name sen, then giving name uh, age 25, then giving big function, then I'm just returning if this dot age is greater than 20 and this dot age is less than 35, then console.log this dot name can play ओलंपिक। ठीक है, इसमें मैं ऐड कर देता हूँ मान लो is eligible, ओके, इसको बाय डिफॉल्ट ट्रू रखता हूँ। नाउ आई कैन ट्रू करता हूँ, बाय डिफॉल्ट इसको फॉल्स। okay, let's see if I simply call this method, what happens, we'll check. Let's see. See, sen can play Olympic, right? Because it's the age is greater than 20 and is less than 35, that's all right. But if I have an object like table tennis player, okay, and I have the name and age also, now and is eligible also, the TT player, I just give Akula, I'm giving 35. Okay, so now if I want to borrow this play Olympic function for TT player also, then we can use the call method or apply method. Okay, there is no need to write the method again inside this object. Simply we can just call this player Olympic method, and in here we can pass this TT player. That's all. So the TT player is the object. So when I'm passing the object, that means that this will be referred to this object, right? We can see it. Okay. I have to call this method. Yes. Uh, call this method Olympic dot call, then tt player, I've sent it, then it should, okay, it else I'll just write not eligible to, okay. So now you can just call this, see, is giving Akula not eligible to play Olympic because because her age is 35, right? And if I do some changes here, like, okay, chalo 31, then what happened? See, Akula can play Olympic. So basically, I'm not using this method or writing this method inside this object. Instead of that, I'm just borrowing this function from bed player object to tt player object, right? That's all. And we can pass some parameter also if we want, like uh, country here. Okay, we can send like uh, play Olympic for then the country. Okay, same like in here also. I'm just copy and pasting here. Correct. We'll just do some test. Undefined given because I'm not passing here anything. I'll just give pass India. See, Akula can play Olympic for India. Correct. So now it's fine, right? Now if I'll pass more arguments, then what will happen? I'm passing here just like country, and I'm passing here uh, location. Okay, in here I'm giving Paris. In location. That's so I'm passing here. One is country and another is location, right? Let's see what happened. See, okay, I'll just give a space, then it will be understandable. Yeah, okay. See, Akula can play Olympic for India in Paris. So now I'm using a call method and I'm passing India and Paris one by one, right? But for the apply method, what I need to do? Just simply I need to pass as an array. So all the arguments will be inside the array, right? See, Akula can play Olympic for Indian Paris. That's all. That's the difference. And the next, if we want to create some chain constructor, then also we can use the call method to reuse the code basically. Okay, I'll tell you the what is the example. So I'm just simply, if I'll just create a function person, right? Then I'm just passing name, age, then it's like a this dot uh, name equals to name, and this dot age equals to age. Okay, so p capital. If I will create a constructor right from the function, and if I'll create a constructor from suppose uh, IT employee, then what will happen? Simply I just pass hours. Okay, so now we can just call this simply method like person dot call then this. Okay, and we can simply here this dot hours equals to hours. Okay, now if I create I equals to new dot IT employee. In here I'm passing name, sorry, Sachin, then 35, then 10. Now I'll see the console dot log that I. Okay, it's giving undefined. This okay means I have to pass here the name and age. Sorry, name and age. Then this comma. Correct. See, it's creating an object with name, age, and hours. So the name and age I didn't define here, right? I just simply call this constructor method in IT employee. So basically we can create the constructor chain by using the call method or apply method. Now we'll discuss about bind method. The bind method returns a new function, and when we invoke the function, it sets this context inside that function. Okay, तो bind क्या है, बेसिकली कॉल एंड अप्लाई जैसा ही है, कॉन्सेप्ट सेम है बिल्कुल, बट इसमें क्या होता है, इसमें जस्ट रिटर्न ए न्यू फंक्शन, जो फंक्शन को हम लोग बाद में कॉल कर सकते हैं, वी कैन एग्जीक्यूट लेटर. सो इट्स बेसिकली if we extract method from an object, okay, then if we call that function, it usually lost the original object. ठीक है, उसको बचाने के लिए हम लोग को बाइंड मेथड यूज करना पड़ेगा. I'll show you with the example, then you can understand properly. Just अभी के लिए याद रखो that bind method returns a new function. ठीक है, that's all. तो अभी हम लोग क्या करेंगे, ऐसे ही let मैं एक ऑब्जेक्ट कॉपी कर लेता हूँ, इसे इजी हो जाएगा. Just copy these things. अब क्या करना, मान लो इसको जो बैट प्लेयर है ना, राइट, सो आई एम जस्ट गेटिंग बी इक्वल्स टू बैडमिंटन प्लेयर डॉट प्ले ओलंपिक. ठीक है, तो क्या हो गया, बी क्या हो गया, बी बेसिकली फंक्शन. लेट्स सी इट्स अ फंक्शन और नॉट. जस्ट क्लियरिंग आउट. Node bind to see, it's a function of play olympic, so this is a function basically, that's all. But if I call this function right now, then what will happen, let's see. Simply we'll see what happens. Say undefined, not eligible to play olympic, for undefined and this undefined. So mainly this dot name is not able to find out. हम लोग चलो इसमें कुछ फंक्शन है तो इसमें कुछ पास कर देते कंट्री, जैसे मैं यहीं पे इंडिया पास कर देता हूँ एंड देन आई विल जस्ट पास पेरिस. तो ये आर्गुमेंट में पास कर देता हूँ, अभी चेक करते क्या होता है. ठीक है, सो अनडिफाइंड इज नॉट एलिजिबल टू प्ले ओलंपिक फॉर इंडिया इन पेरिस. सो दिस इज फाइन, but in here I'm getting undefined, means that this dot name is giving me undefined. Why? So basically what is happening, it's just losing the original object. So now this is referring to the global object or the window object, that's why I'm getting this. So whenever we'll just call a function or execute the function later, that time we have to use the bind method to solve the issue basically. Now if I'll do the bind, ओके, बाइंड के साथ मैं क्या कर दूंगा, जो ऑब्जेक्ट है इसको मैं बाइंड करता हूँ और कुछ नहीं. तो क्या होगा, बेसिकली इट विल सेट द दिस कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ दिस ऑब्जेक्ट इनसाइड दिस प्ले ओलंपिक फंक्शन. ये क्या करेगा, इस सेट करके रखेगा भाई. अब इसको जहां पे मन उसको कॉल करो, बट ऑलरेडी वो दिस ना इसके अंदर सेट हो चुका है, लाइक द प्ले ओलंपिक फंक्शन के अंदर. सो इट्स द दिस इज रेफरिंग दिस बैडमिंटन प्लेयर ऑब्जेक्ट. ओके, now we'll check what happens. Okay, see, San can play Olympic for Indian Paris. Okay, now if you'll create another B1 like this, B dot bind again something. Okay, so now if we'll call the b1. Let's see what happened with this. So I just create a b1 again, the bound method, by using b dot bind. Let's see what happened here. See, it's a basically okay, I'll just write another object and pass it to through this, like badminton player one, just giving a v. Then I'll pass this badminton player one to here. Let's see what happens. See, basically it's not replacing the original object, right? That is the main point I'm discussing about. So I think it's clear, like what is call, what is apply, and what is bind, and when we can use it. That also clear. Okay. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please do subscribe. We'll meet you in the next session.